But every political administration goes through a cycle in a democracy where there are times when the direct actors being in our case, members of parliament and councillors, are keyed in to the things that are necessary and that are set out to give the party the best chance of getting a mandate from the people, whether that be a new mandate or a renewed mandate. Well, same thing. If you're in opposition, you want to win power. If you're in government, you want to keep power. Yeah. So it's just like life. Nobody works all the time. We sleep, we rest, we relax. In politics, you have to pick moments to relax. You can get away with slackness at a certain point. You can get away with your eyes not being on the ball. You can get away with being distracted. There are times in the political life cycle where not focusing, not working as a team, where ugly divisions influence decisions. There are times in the political cycle where those things can happen and it not be detrimental. At this stage in this JLP administration's life, you could call it then this is the slackness period. This is the period where ugly divisions can cause problems. This is the period where eyes can not be on the prize and it not be detrimental. So this is that safe phase for the kind of idleness, slackness, and rank indiscipline which led to what happened at the KCMC's meeting on Tuesday going down. The danger with a period like this, so soon after a new mandate is secured, the danger with the slackness and the idleness I speak of, which is a normal part of the product life cycle of a government in a democracy. The danger is that divisions sown in this period, friendships that are broken in this period, decisions that are taken in this period which breed resentment down the road, all of this can undermine teamwork when the phase changes and it's now the serious phase where you have to condition the party and its supporters to seek another mandate. In other words, in plain speaking, friendships will mash up now, may still be mashed up when it comes the time for all hands to be on deck and all eyes to be on the ball. Now, why am I saying all of this? We carried a news item earlier about the KCMC. And I want to ask this morning, how is it that the governing JLP took its eyes off the ball to the extent that it didn't carry a full deck into the KCMC meeting yesterday where the deputy mayor was selected, when every single member of their caucus knew that the deputy mayor would have been selected yesterday? The PNP did the politics very well yesterday. They played a blinder. They were united, they were strategic, and they put themselves in a position where if the other man them, i.e. the Labour right them, never turned up with their full deck of cards, then they would control the game, and control the game they did. You heard Andrew Harris at the end appealing to Mayor Swaby to do the right thing. Swaby looking at him like, we did the right thing.
Why didn't you do the right thing?
We did the right thing. We put our party in a position to be in control, in total control. So well played, Andrew Swaby and the PNP caucus at the KCMC. The Labourites should hang their heads in shame. How could 6 of your number, well, the PNP didn't carry 19. The PNP carried 15 of the 19, knowing the number you can work because they knew what was happening on the other side. The word on the street is that at least 2 JLP councillors, upon the departure of Delroy Williams, started making soundings about getting that deputy mayor role when the time came to select. Based on their canvas, and I know who the two, well, I've been told who the two are. I haven't confirmed it with either lady, so I won't call their names just yet. But those two ladies did their soundings and realized they weren't getting the support. They realized that maybe, all right, the man who was deputy mayor for 7 years, Winston Ennis, Waterloo Division Councillor, it appears as if it goes to a vote, he's the man who would get the selection. It's my understanding that they were upset with that. And it's my understanding that they stayed away from the meeting. So it appears as if Ennis was sabotaged by fellow Labourites on Tuesday. And not just those two, because I'm told that perhaps two more councillors who would say, well, who work with Ennis again? They too were absent. Why were they absent? Was their absence induced? And for the person in the caucus responsible for ensuring that all members are present and voting, how do you account this morning to the party leadership, the general secretary, the area council chairman, all of those things? How do you account for what happened yesterday? So these are the parts of the politics, listeners, viewers, that are instructive. It tells you about the health of a party. It tells you about the focus of a party. It tells you about a party's intent, even in this phase where slackness can be accommodated and a loss of focus is not detrimental. But as I said, the problem is divisions sown here can be divisions when the business end of the political life cycle comes around, and it could cause damage. So look at the JLP this morning and ask yourself, all right, September 3, mandate renewed. Melissa came, a lot of things happened. This deputy mayor vote, which is important for the JLP, they'd tell you to have that role, which is why there was almost a meltdown yesterday evening when word emerged that happened at the KCMC, because many people couldn't believe. Is it a sign that Team JLP is not focused? We all know that Dr. Chang is on the mend and will be back in his swing very, very soon. We know that the party leadership, the secretariat, dealing with many other things. So is it a lack of leadership? Who is responsible for the slackness that caused what happened at the KCMC to go down? Will heads roll? And those Labourites who boycotted the thing rather than support one of their own to put the party in a position where it could have a seat of authority at the KCMC. What of those decisions? Is there need for a shake-up, Mr. Party Leader, Mr. General Secretary, Deputy General Secretaries, Area Council Chairman? Will you let this slide? Or will you shake the gimbalin tree and make the rat know and them drop off, then you rake them up and throw them away? Will there be a price to pay for what happened for some individuals on Tuesday? Because what I'm hearing is that upstairs not pleased with what happened. To the PNP, brilliantly done. You knew there was division in the opposition ranks, and you seeded the ground for your own advantage. Yeah? One-upmanship. The PNP were clever and strategic on Tuesday. The Labourites were disorganized, fighting among themselves, wanting power for themselves, not looking at the greater good. And the PNP taught them a lesson on Tuesday. Let's see if it's the first of many.